Welcome to a fancy edition of Headline of the Week. It's not fancy, the weather's getting warmer. I can wear nice blouses. Should I do one less? Is that too much? Not enough? Don't want this to get demonetized. Not that any of my videos are monetized. Headline of the week. Cop shocked to find perp who smashed taxi window was actually a goose. And not just a silly goose, like an actual goose. Perfect timing. Isn't there a game out now about a goose who goes around? Well, I believe that's a white goose and this looks like a, I don't know the species of goose. I'm not gonna pretend I do. I'm not a goose scientist. Hilarious, but that's all there is to it. It's going in the trash. Michigan driver shocked when Billboard displays porn for 20 minutes. That is impressive. If you had control of a billboard, it looks like it's been done by a hacker, what would you put up there? Yeah, I know, we'd all do the same, wouldn't we? That's going in holding. Woman bites camel's balls in self-defense. If a camel's fighting you and you only have one option left, and that is to bite its balls, would you do it? This woman would. That is going in holding. We need to find out more about that. Marine necks sourdough cocktail made out of his own amputated toe. I reckon if you're going to drink a cocktail made out of anyone's toe, I'd rather drink my own than somebody else's amputated toe. And I love this little character here. Who is this man? He looks like he's out of a cartoon. We need to know more about that. Headline is going in holding. A painting of Channing Tatum's ball bag has sold for over £5,000. Yeah, I'd pay the same. Wouldn't you? Who painted this? That's what we really need to know. That's an amazing headline. Let's put it in holding for now. Teenage dolphins get high off pufferfish poison for fun, according to a BBC documentary. All along we thought dolphins, they're pretty smart. They're far superior to us. No, it's just the same. They still go through that experimental teenage phase. That's funny, but it's going in holding. Rail bosses named Bengal cat Paul Chief of Customer Relations at station. I don't know what he's done, but give him a raise. Anything to do with animals having job titles, I'm more than okay with. But that's all there is to it. It's going in the trash. Airline launches seat alert to help passengers avoid crying babies. I actually did see this one, and like they have a chart there. So like when you're selecting your chair in the movies or obviously on a plane, it's got a little icon that's like a screaming baby. So you can see how far away from that screaming baby you might be. They might be a fine baby on the flight, but if you just don't want to risk it, you can do that. It's an interesting innovation. Other ideas probably would have included making a kids zone on the plane, making a babies only plane. But apparently this is the one they went with, and it's going in the trash. Using your phone on the loo is giving you hemorrhoids, doctors warn. This is a good headline, and it's more of a public service announcement. Stop reading your phone on the toilet. When I heard this, I stopped doing it. Look, we're all guilty. You're sitting down for too long, the pressure's building up in your veins and stuff, and let's not go into it. It's a public service announcement that is now going in the trash. Strict mum makes son's pal sign contract before they're allowed to sleep over. Look, the only thing on my list would have to be anything involving the toilet. I am not gonna wipe your bum. I'm not doing any of that. Anything else I'm pretty cool with. I'd be interested to know what's on that list. How strict is the mum? Do we want to know? We'll put it in holding, but I don't think it's going to last. Cockfishing is the disturbing new dating trend you need to know about. No, we don't. And finally this week, more than 400 Nigels gathered to celebrate Nigelness. They used to say Nigel no friends, now Nigel all friends, and they're all named Nigel. Anyone who got Nigel got a free pint. Anyone not called Nigel had to wear a not Nigel badge. That is brilliant. Can we do that for Craig's? Can we have a Craig conference, Craig gathering? Can we just do this for all names? Muhammad is going to be a difficult one to organise. There's going to be a lot of logistical issues, but it's fine. We can figure it out. I like it, but it's going in the trash. So we have 5 headlines to choose from. I think the sleepover rules we're just going to trash before we do anything else. And interestingly, out of the final 4 that we've got here, I believe at least 3 of them involve balls, and one of them an amputated toe. Which I love the story around this guy drinking a cocktail out of his own toe, so I want to keep that. I think we also want to keep the woman biting the balls of the camel in self-defense. We need to know how that played out. Do we want to know more about a hacker who displayed porn for 20 minutes on a billboard? Or do we want to know more about a painter that drew a painting of Channing Tatum's balls and then sold it? And who bought it? Yeah, I think I want to know more about that. I can imagine how someone would have hacked into a billboard and why they would have shown that. So here's our top 3. Let's find out more about them. Let's start with the big man and his big bag. This painting was executed in oils by a Los Angeles artist named Chris Mann. Shows him reclining in a chair with a long sleeve grey sweater on, and that's all. The sultry gaze of Channing Tatum draws the viewer's eyes, but only momentarily, before the focus strays down his thigh where his plums peep out playfully at the beholder and become a dominant part of the image. Oh, do we have to blur that? Originally listed on eBay for a reserve at just 230 bucks or 185 pounds, bidding saw the oil on wood masterpiece eventually sell for the equivalent of 5,300 pounds to an anonymous bidder. The eBay description told how the portrait was lovingly painted with rich tones and fine brushwork. I reckon he spent a long time on that ball bag. The image was charged with emotional resonance, rife with sensuality. Oh, of course, in the auction terms, it had to be a buyer over 18 years of age, so that makes sense. So the guy who painted this has other works that include a fetishistic tribute to 90s sitcom The Golden Girls, and a nude painting of iconic comedian Lucy Ball, which I believe doesn't have balls in it. They've reached out to Channing Tatum for comments, and I'm assuming that means nothing's happened. If you had a painting of you with your balls out, or something of the equivalent, would you want it sold? Would you care if you're a Hollywood actor, actress, acting personality? I don't know, it's just odd. Next headline. Marine next sourdough cocktail made out of his own amputated toe. He's a former British Marine, and after losing 3 toes during an extreme 300-mile-long winter marathon, he returned to Yukon to take the first drink containing his own amputated toe. While he was in hospital for his amputated toes, a nurse showed him a video of the sourdough cocktail challenge. It's a tradition at the downtown hotel in Dawson City, Yukon. Dating back to 1973, the tradition involves drinking a shot of whiskey containing a mummified human toe. He decided to donate his toes to the hotel after learning they were experiencing a shortage because people had accidentally swallowed them or stolen them. Number 1, how are you swallowing it? Number 2, why would you steal an amputated toe? And how did they keep track of his on the way to the thing? Did they tag all of their toes with whose they belong to? It took 6 weeks to be mummified with rock salt before it was ready to be used. He became the first person to drink a cocktail containing his toe. Did he though? First on record, I reckon there's someone off record that's done it. He said it wasn't as bad as you'd think, it's more like a lump of ice than anything else. Toe looked exactly as it was the last time I'd seen it, just not attached to my foot. He said the hotel often takes donations of amputated toes and impose a $2,500 fine to anyone who accidentally swallows one. That is an expensive toe to swallow. In order to qualify for the Sourdough Cocktail Club, a drinker must let the toe touch their lips, but not the inside of your mouth. That's going too far. Alright, well that's just a little bit odd, isn't it? Next headline. Woman bites camel's testicles in self-defense at US truck stop. Police were called to a US truck stop after a woman crawled into a camel's pen and bit its testicles, but claims it was self-defense. Okay, so her dog has scrambled into the camel's den. She's gone to retrieve. The woman's husband was tossing treats to their dog under the fence, prompting the puppy to crawl into the enclosure. Typical husband, right? It'll be a bit of fun. Let's get the dog and the camel to interact. All of a sudden, the wife has to get in and defuse the situation. The couple followed the dog into the pen, but the woman didn't get very far before Casper, who was the camel, took a seat on top of her, crushing her. So she did the only thing that was left in her power to do before she was crushed, which was to bite on his genitalia to free herself. I bit his balls to get him off me. I bit his testicles to get him off me. She repeated. We get it, we got it the first time. An investigation revealed the couple had provoked Casper the camel before he sat on the intruder. The camel did nothing wrong, said Mr. Hamilton. The couple was aggressive, the camel was just doing his normal routine, just doing his normal afternoon sit down, she was in the way. Male dromedaries, which I'm assuming is a camel, can weigh up to 600 kilograms, according to San Diego Zoo. Employees at the truck stop did not face any charges because the camel was enclosed and signs were warning the public to stay out posted every 3 meters, the deputy added. The camel has never been aggressive, the camel has never gotten out, never caused any issues until today when he was provoked. The husband and wife stated they'd been here before but they never had any problems, but then again, you didn't provoke a camel, did you? Leave Casper alone. The couple was cited with a leash law violation for letting the dog run free on the private property, as well as criminal trespassing. My only question to her husband was, why did you throw the doggy treat under the fence? And he said, I just wasn't thinking. I was just having a bit of fun. It's no wonder he got upset. The people that were working there claimed that the man shoved the camel and swatted at it with his hat when he got into the pen. It's just, why are you throwing dog treats into the camel pen and then trying to get your dog in there and then going, oh, my dog's in there, I better go save it. Oops, now there's a camel here. Oh, now it's sitting on my wife. Oh, I better swat at it with my hat. Yes, you were not thinking. You got a dummy dumb brain up there. Smallest brain in the world. Kind of almost annoyed by that story now. which is why I am going to put it in third. And from the final two headlines, the headline of this week is the guy drinking his own toe in a cocktail. It's just a great story. Really, really is. Great headline, great story. Good on you for drinking your own toe. I'd do the same if mine were frostbitten. No, I would, honestly. Sorry, Channing Tatum and your ball bag. If I had the picture sitting up here, I mean, actually would sit quite nicely here, don't you reckon? Maybe I'll print out a little picture of it. Do you agree? Do you agree with that choice for headline of the week? Did you have another one in mind? Did you find another headline that we didn't cover in headline of the week? Let us know in those comments down below. Give that like button a little gentle caress, tap it, give it a bit of love, and subscribe as well if you haven't already. That'd be very kind of you. And I'll catch you again with some more headlines of the week, because the headlines keep coming. They don't stop. There's just more and more news, more odd things happening around the world day after day. And we'll cover them again next week on this channel. Until then, you've been you, I've been me, and let's keep doing that. I don't know what that was.